Welcome to the Gen X Unfiltered Podcast. Sit back and let's get to it.
Need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers. Murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood.
Someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House. Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Our First Lady Melania is here. Look at Melania, so beautiful. Mrs. Trump, you have a glow like an expectant widow.
When they go low, we kick them.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
So you want, I hold it back here.
Same exact thing. That's it.
Okay.
America deserved 9/11, dude. The guy is a convicted felon or convicted rapist. He's a pedophile.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Besides marching and protesting, what else do you suggest?
Well, it doesn't happen overnight. It's not a miraculous, what did you say? Murder.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains.
Top advisor to Dr. Anthony Fauci now facing criminal charges.
Trump will not be president.
Highly critical biased text messages between senior FBI officials Peter Strzok and Lisa Page.
There will be no question about the outcome of this election.
But think about what has happened. Just look back in 2024, assassination attempt on President Trump. That, of course, happened at Butler.
Talking to the president, he is, and the things that he's been hearing, he's of the understanding that this guy was trying to essentially break down the door, shoot his way through the door, and then go right up that center aisle and shoot as many people as possible.
Who more than self their country loved, and mercy more than life. America, America, they got
As COVID, regardless if it was a heart attack, regardless if it was a car wreck, regardless of motorcycle wreck, it was to be listed. They even came out and said it was going to be listed as COVID. They needed to keep those numbers going. How about they list the deaths that came from the trial?
beautiful America, yeah. Ooh, from sea to shining sea. Beautiful America, yeah. Beautiful
Put a link over here. There you go. Because you gonna need this for the number.
America,
And welcome back to Gen X Unfiltered. If you would, click that thumbs up button and repost the podcast. Coming to you live from Northeast Alabama and South Tennessee. What's up, Miss Gail? How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. Can't complain. Better than I deserve.
Yeah, that's all of us, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It should be. It should be our way of thinking.
Yeah, it should be. What's up, Miss Richie? Just say, yeah.
Hey,
What's
Richie.
up over on
Happy
Instagram? What's up
Friday.
over on Twitch, Facebook, Instagrammer? What are y'all doing over?
Good to see everybody. Good to see everyone. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Here we get a long weekend. A long weekend.
You gonna get called back in tomorrow? Just saying.
I better not.
You
No.
probably.
I'll have a long weekend. No, I'll have a long weekend. I'm happy about that.
Miss Richie's over there drinking. She can't type.
Howdy, chatted. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Richie. Hey, Timothy.
That's funny, Miss
Grand
Richie.
Rising, my friend. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for being here.
But yeah. All right. So you said you didn't catch much of the news today.
No, I've been slammed at work today, so bits and pieces here and there, things, but it comes out so fast. It just comes out, and the good stuff comes out after 5-ish.
You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So President Trump, let me go ahead and pull this up. Anyway, President Trump was there in New York City today, and they had a little get together, and it turned out to be a packed house. To be honest with you, Anyway, so he was headed. Who's there? Who's there? You froze like a dog. You locked up like a bird dog.
No, I'm not. I'm moving. Look, I'm moving fast.
You were for just a second, but anyway, who you waving at over?
I'm waving at Timothy. He said it's Bill from TikTok, so I knew who he was, and I was like, "Oh, hey."
Okay. I thought President Trump dropped in or something. I don't know.
Oh, I wish. If that happened, I'd be standing up in this chair, probably flipped it over by
Well, you don't want to do that. But anyway, he was there in New York City. They had a little get together, and like I said, it was a packed house. It really was. There was a heckler in there, and he's like, "Send him back home to mommy." Send him back home to mommy.
Get some new material, people.
Yeah, dude, I tell you, yeah. But anyway, it says right here he was headed to New Jersey for Don Jr.'s wedding, and he suddenly got turned around and went back to D.C. I wonder why he went back to D.C., I guess. It's unclear why, but a post about not attending Don Jr.'s funeral, blah, blah, blah. I feel it is very important for me to remain in D.C., President Trump is saying, at the White House. They got a very important meeting.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. With that saying, as we were coming on, Gail and I, we were talking and stuff like that. I'm like, well, let me go over here and check this right quick. So I went over and checked it, and here's why. I go, well, shit. Okay, here we go. Oh, well, hang on.
Patel leadership and our international partners, and we were able to intercept and get in the middle of this man's attempts to wreak havoc and terrorize not only the United States, Canada, Europe, and so we were able to introduce an undercover working with our law enforcement partners. So I think what our U.S. attorney just said is dead on, that President Trump's leadership around the world allows us to have the credibility and the partnerships to allow us to work with folks overseas. And that's what happened here. So he was brought here and appeared in court earlier today. And it is on the one hand, should be very alarming to the people in this country that there are men around the world trying to exact this sort of terror. On the other hand, it shows the success of good law enforcement work and good police work and working hard to protect our borders, which is what we do every single day.
You're muted. You're muted.
Okay. So there you go. I'm assuming as Miss Gail and I were talking, they fixing to light that place up. They're gonna
That's
light
what
it
I
up.
think too. I think they've given them chance after chance. We got the uranium. I saw somewhere, I can't confirm this, but I did see this. I think it was yesterday on one of these pages that actually they're in Iran, but they are for America, and maybe a reporter. But they said that Iran has already 60% rebuilt what has been destroyed.
It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me.
Could possibly be more, Yeah.
So, level that place. Level it.
And that's what they're going to have to do because, they switcheroo scheme. They've probably got many things underground that we have no idea about. I'm sure they know because they got thermal imaging and stuff. But, yeah, if they've already got this built up in what was that, January when it happened, February?
Yeah, it was.
Think about it. They're not going to listen. They're not wanting to bargain.
Mm-hmm.
Deal. They want to destroy.
Light it up. So I'm keeping a check on it just in case, folks. Just in case. Let's see. Hang on. All right. So, but anyway, we'll get back to that. But anyway, it was actually a sad day for NASCAR yesterday. It's still a sad day today. I'm a very NASCAR fan guy. Okay. Kyle Busch passed away yesterday, and we're going to get into some of it, but we're going to get into more of it here in just a little bit because things just seem kind of off, and I'm a conspiracy type guy, but I'm not going to go full blown conspiracy on this. But anyway, he was having some issues. Of course, I'm sure that you may have heard, you may not have heard. But anyway, him and his daughter was passing a sinus infection back and forth. Anyone who's dealt with sinus infections, which I've been dealing with for over 25 years, each time the weather, changes from winter to summer to spring or whatever the case may be, I get one bad. And I do get a fever and stuff like that, and I'm able to pass it off to someone else. And so obviously this is what happened. This go right here to this doctor right here. And I'm not going off what he's saying, but I'm just going to go anyway. And we ain't going to listen to all of it, but like I said, a little bit later on.
Dr. Reiner, Andy mentioned the radio call during a Cup Series race on May 10th, requesting some medical aid and a shot after the event. I'm going to play for you and for our viewers now some audio from that call. Listen to this.
And can somebody try to find Bill Heisel? He's the Hendrick doctor guy. Tell him I need him after the race, please. Hey, do you want Mr. Bill at your car or at your bus after the race? Bus. I'm going to need a shot. Copy. He'll be at your bus.
According to the broadcast, Kyle Busch had been struggling with a sinus cold made worse by the G-forces and elevation changes out there on the racetrack. We don't know yet the illness that led to his hospitalization, and the cause of death has not been publicly released. As a physician, what stands out to you, Dr. Reiner?
Well, first of all, my heart goes out to Mr. Busch's family in this really terrible time. It's hard to know what to make of Mr. Busch's symptoms from 2 weeks ago when he seemed to complain of some sinus and symptoms, and whether that was a runniness in his nose or whether it was shortness of breath. The Associated Press this morning reported that Mr. Busch collapsed in a Chevrolet simulator 2 days ago and was taken to the hospital after that kind of acute event. And if that is indeed true, then that suggests something more in line with a sudden cardiovascular event, like a.
Okay, so with that saying, yes, he was in the simulator. He was getting ready for this week's race there in Charlotte. He was found unresponsive, and anyway, they did carry him to the hospital and stuff like that. Yes, there's audio out there. I put it out there on the platforms that I'm on. Guy made a phone call. Guy was very, very calm. Anyway, Kyle Busch was laying in the floor, but he was coughing up blood. Okay. That saying, I'm not a doctor, but dealing with this stuff that I dealt with all this over the years, which I'm going to be having fixed next week, or not next week, but next month. When you got the sinuses like that right there, and when you got the G forces in racing or flying, okay, it can set up blood clots. Now, NASCAR knew that he should not have been in that car. He raced Friday in the truck race and won that race, and I was listening to it, and he sounded perfectly fine. Okay. So you got Watkins Glen the week before that. You got the truck race last week, and now he's dead. Okay. So obviously he died from blood clots in his lungs. So
more plausible answer.
And NASCAR's not going to tell you that. Mainstream media will probably come out and say, yeah, he died of blood clots. Or if they, and this is the thing about it, if they say, well, he died of blood clots, people's going to start tying it together with the COVID stuff, you know. So I don't know what they're going to say. They're going to lie to you, but regardless, you know, it's what they're going to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. They'll make something else up if they don't say that, they'll say something else.
Yeah, that is correct. But since we're on it, I mean, I pray for the Busch family. Like I told Gail backstage, I've met Cal 4 times, and the first 3 times wasn't too glamorous. I was standing with Richard Petty and Richard Childers, and then Richard Childers and Ryan Newman, and Richard Childers has always been like, man, you ain't gonna do it again, are you? But Kyle Busch was actually behind the scenes. He was actually just a genuine guy, and once he started having kids, him and Samantha started having kids and stuff like that, he started to humble down and stuff. He was still rowdy. They don't call him Rowdy Busch for nothing, but he was still rowdy, and he was a good guy. So y'all just pray for his family. You know,
he was very respectful. I've met him, I think, 3 times with it. I used to do security for NASCAR and stuff. So
yeah,
I met him a few
and
times.
there was something else that Kyle and his wife had broke a few weeks ago, and I remember this. And you can get their first interview was with Inside Edition, and they got swindled out of over close to $11 million. It happened, I think it was like 10.5 or 10.8 million. Kyle and Samantha is going to tell you about it here in just a second, but Pacific Life Insurance, Pacific Life Investments, you may want to pay attention, okay? Yeah, pay attention.
Here we are in New York City. Samantha and I are at one of the major news stations here in New York City. And as many of you may have seen, we have a press release out that we are in litigation with Pacific Life in regards to IUL policies and insurance policies that are also retirement policies for planning for our future. And unfortunately, ours did not go well.
Yeah, as you'll hear when this broadcast comes out, it was a major scam. We tried to do what we thought was best for our family, for Brexton and Lennox. We were trying to be financially responsible for them and plan for our future. And little did we know that by investing money in this scam, it's all gone. And so the reason we came out here today is, as you guys know, who've followed us for a while, every time God puts a struggle in our path, we're going to try to use it for good. And so we're out here speaking out about what happened, because this just isn't happening to athletes and celebrities. Right. This is happening to teachers, police officers, veterans. This is happening to widows. These are people who are 70 years old. They have nothing else to fall back on. These are people who are, they've worked hard, they've made a small business, they are ready to retire, and they buy into these scams and they lose absolutely everything. And so, Kyle and I will use this platform to try to do all the good that we can. And so we're going to keep fighting Pacific Life, and we're going to show the world that this was a huge and utter scam.
That's right. So tune in for further updates as we come along further in the case.
Is that a coincidence? And that was 2 weeks ago? That interview was 2 weeks ago?
It's been 3 or 4 weeks ago, but yeah, it's been very recent. Yeah,
Okay.
it has been. But
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll have to do a deep dive on Pacific Life Insurance now. It seems the name of it sounds very familiar for some reason.
well, they've been around for 158 years, and then a lot of
But
things
I
started.
think they were connected to something not too long ago, though,
Well,
outside of
yeah.
this. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, okay, you look it up, but you got my wheels turning because I read something about what you're talking about. But in 1999, they changed how they were going to do things. But if you go to the Inside Edition version of it and listen to the whole full interview, it actually shows the broker. See, the broker made like over $3 million off of Kyle and Samantha. And people was wondering, well, how they figure it out. Well, Kyle and Samantha put up 10 point whatever million. And you remember Bernie Madoff?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Miss Ritchie. John Hancock sucks too. Yeah, I know. I know. Anyway, anyway, Bernie Madoff, Murdoff, everybody says his damn last name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. But anyway, he got away with millions. It was a proxy scheme is what it was. Y'all know what a proxy scheme is? It's an old mob term. Do you know what it is? Are you
Well,
there?
I mean, I'm thinking a proxy scheme. Would it be like a shell company, like in a way, something like that?
Kind of in a way, but it's kind of like if you came up with some kind of something, okay? Say you wanted to sell, I don't know, bears or something, and then you got 10 people and said, "Hey, buy into this. Y'all each pay me $10, okay?" So that's $100. Okay, so you get the $100, but then you get 10 other people, or those people get 10 or 20, 30, 40, whatever, to get into the scheme. Well, every other person that joins it, just say every other 10 that joins it, you keep that money. But the other
it's
money
like a
goes
pyramid.
into because that other money goes into the scam to make it look like it's making money.
Right.
Okay. When it's really not. It's only the guy who's doing the scam who's making the money.
So it's kind of like a pyramid scheme. Yeah. I remember stuff like that.
So I mean, it's jacked up, and that's how Bernie got away with it.
Wow.
Got away with it for so many years. But that's the old mob deal, So yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's sad.
But anyway, how did they figure it out? The guy said, "Well, you put this much money in it, and after so many years, it starts paying for itself. It's like you bought yourself into it." Well, they just told you that they were setting their kids up for the future, okay, and also their retirements. Well, with that kind of money, supposedly with the turnaround payments or whatever case may be, each person would basically get like $800,000 a year for the rest of their life. Well, the guy, the broker, I'm just calling him a broker. He starts calling them back and say, "Hey, we need some more money to add into it." Well, Kyle's not stupid. Samantha's not stupid. They started putting 2 and 2 together and like, nah. They started digging into it, doing more research and stuff like that, and figured out, hey, it's nothing but a damn scam. That's all it was.
Absolutely.
But in that interview, I forget the lady's name who from Inside Edition who interviewed them. you will see they pop up a screenshot of the guy, the broker. Okay. So I'm sure he's going to be going to jail. Yeah.
Well, definitely he should. Anytime anybody does anything like that, they should.
Well, he'll go to jail for that. And, probably more things. But see, this is where the conspiracy goes. Kyle and Samantha comes out about it. It's big insurance firm. Hey, they can pay to have things done. Okay.
Right.
I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying there's a lot of weird things going on. Because if you noticed in the last year, Kyle Busch makes number 3 that's died from NASCAR.
Right.
And they're all been involved with, guess what? Pacific Life. Mm-hmm.
Now that is a rabbit hole I am going to go down.
Yep. I'll send you the information I got on it. And
okay,
for the drivers and stuff, I would definitely send that to you. I just didn't have time tonight, folks, or today to break it all down. I'm just, hey, go with it ever how you want to go with it. Okay. So
definitely.
You got anything else to say about that, Miss Gail?
No, just pray for the family. It's sad. I know we're not saying anything negative about his family or anything.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, we might be some conspirator, but there's facts involved here too about Pacific Life. And that's your key.
Right.
Follow the money. Follow the money.
Yeah. I always followed money. And the thing about it is too, if you don't realize, folks, the NASCAR people, I've been around NASCAR people a lot. I mean, a lot. They're very tight knit. They're very close, even though you may see them go at each other. But that's just, hey, that's just a man thing, you know. That's testosterone going at it, because they're all competitors and they all want to win. So I mean, but yeah, they got each other's backs, So
it makes me wonder, though. One last thought makes me wonder. For them to be introduced to this and to trust this immense amount of money to invest in it, was it a trusting person that maybe got them involved in it?
Damn, that's another thing. I mean, you got to think of it like that too. So I don't know.
Did they invest too, or did they just say, "Hey, this and that"? Because I just don't see them throwing that kind of money around without some definite trust. You know what I'm saying? With other people.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They had to have somebody that they trusted.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
not
that.
Now that right there is not conspiracy, right there, folks. That's just facts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a no-brainer. I mean, dude, I don't trust nobody. You get what I'm saying. If somebody, I'll put it to you this way. All right, so my daddy, he retired from the steel plant after 32 and a half years, and in his 401k, he had like $80-something thousand in his 401k. Well, I ain't gonna give her a name. I love her dearly, but she was just nothing that she done wrong. She just introduced my parents to this person.
Right.
And it was something that started with a V. Anyway, I'd never heard of it and never researched it, whatever case may be. Well, my daddy wrote them a check for $40-something thousand to invest.
Wow.
Nothing. Is another pyramid scheme is what it was. Yeah.
That's where it makes you wonder. Did these person they trust invest them? How did they meet them? Networking, it does happen, but we're not talking about chump change here. I'm not saying $40,000 is chump change. I'm saying this is massive.
Yeah, I mean, it's massive because, they're looking at the return of what they put into it. They're looking for the return of it. Miss Rich, what's the correct terminology? Dave Ramsey always says it's return investment, something like that. But anyway, yeah, that's a lot of money. I ain't got $10 million to be just throwing around. Hell, if I had $10 million, I wouldn't know.
That's what I'm
Keep it.
saying. I mean, that's a good chunk of change. Someone's life savings, popped in there like that. So a lot of times when people do this, okay, in order to pull people in, for them to be willing and trusting and giving, they will have someone show them
Return
facts,
investments.
what they
Return
say
investments.
is facts,
Mhm,
dividends and royalties, right? So they will show that. So if someone did show that and it was all fake, who did they trust? Was it the brokers or who? But somebody had to lure them in. Sure did.
Yeah. I mean,
And you
but
said there's two other people that were involved that are deceased now too.
hmm and they're all three of them's race car drivers. Michael and Nance, one of them. Yeah. So, but if I had $10 million, I'd just give each one of my kids $1 million and make it work for yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's what
Sometimes
I would
if it looks too good to be true, it usually is.
do. Yeah. Dude. But anyway, here we go. We're gonna go with Robert Kennedy Jr. He's got it right there. We're gonna get into some of the fraud stuff there in Minnesota. We got a lot of fraud stuff there in Minnesota, folks. If you don't believe Minnesota's a fraud, that's going on. Who? Okay.
And 91% of Somalians are attached to it. Think about that. That's fact. 91%.
Well, I ain't got to show that article anymore. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I read it from that article. I've read stuff.
It's okay. I think we got a video of it, but yeah, it's all good. Hang on,
Sorry.
This was the cost of the early intervention and development program in 2020. It was $38.1 million. This is what we expected to be paying every year. Instead, this year it hit $442 million. And that is, I'm showing you that because that's the magnitude of the fraud and the damage that we're talking about today. And I want to thank Todd Blanche, who couldn't be here today, Colin McDonald, and everyone at the Department of Justice for leading this effort. I want to thank also the FBI, who you're going to hear from in a little while, the HHS Office of Inspector General, CMS, and especially Dr. Oz, the White House Anti-Fraud Task Force, and Vice President Vance, and the investigators and law enforcement personnel whose relentless work made today's action possible. Today's arrests represent the largest autism fraud bust in American history. This was not a paperwork error. It was not a technical violation. This was organized threat, organized theft that exploited the most vulnerable children in America.
Went from 38 million to over 400. Oh, wow, dude.
I think it's even higher. And I think that's why the little Ila Omar, whenever she gets interviewed and she laughs and she talks at you the way she does and she laughs because she knows how much it is. She knows how much it is, and she's laughing at us Americans. She's laughing at the government and saying, "Hey, you think you got how much I still got?" She's got bankroll in different areas. It's disgusting.
Well, B, as you brought that up, how do you find that over here?
What?
The bookmarks. Anyway. It's totally different. It is. It's totally different. Let me see. No, that ain't it.
It's disgusting. It really is.
Oh, hang on.
She gets on my nerves.
Who?
Ila Omar.
Yeah. Anyway, she was laughing about go ahead and investigate, blah, 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 blah. Stuff like that. But yeah. But anyway. All right. So you got we do what?
Deport her ass. I mean, how are they getting away with it? You've got these goats that are getting arrested and getting sentenced and whatever. but the actual people who are a part of it, I don't know if do they not have actual evidence yet showing. I mean, would they do anything even if they had the evidence saying, well, this person was attached to this person, or do you have to factually have to catch them receiving this money in order to say you are a part of this?
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
If I withdraw, okay, so I say that if I withdraw, let's put it this way. All right, so if I sell a piece of equipment, got me?
Mm-hmm.
And say it was $10,000.
Okay.
You're going to write me a check, a certified check, whatever case it may be, for $9,999. That way,
Right.
it's not.
So you
It's
have to
not.
turn
It's
it in
not
for
flagged.
tax.
It's not flagged. Okay. Omar came over here with in her bank account she had like 60 something $1,000. Okay. Now she got millions in there.
30
Is it 30 million?
at least, but the
Well, she
internet
got more.
scrubbed it and put
She
it
got
back
more than-
down.
She got more than us, right?
She had more when she got here than I had.
All right, so, but how do you do that in 2 terms in Congress off of $174,000 a year?
Because
it's not
91%
hard.
of the Somalians are taking our money.
It's not hard to connect the dots. I mean, come on. This is basic math, folks. It's basic math.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever shared this with you? All right, so this to prove a point. This to prove a point. Tell you how stupid some people are. I ain't saying it to administration or any. I'm just saying it's simple math. All right, so one of the companies I used to work for, where I still work at to this day, who used to have the contract. Okay, our guys started noticing, hey, we're getting cut here, we're getting cut there every paycheck. Okay. So I went back and started looking at my paychecks. Now, you got to understand, we get paid the same thing because we're union. It don't matter if you came off the streets and you hired in today, you still going to get paid what we get paid. Even though this may be your first or second year, you're getting paid the same thing I'm getting paid. But anyway, all right. So I started going back. My wife's like, what are you doing? Something. I'm checking my, okay. Yeah. And I started adding it up. Well, when you start adding it up, it starts making sense. And it adds up. So I said, guys, y'all get me your check stubs, send them to me. Well, I got 6 guys at the time. I'm like, wow, dude. So I call up HR. And this cocky ass bitch, she's a cocky ass bitch. I said, hey, all right, here is my percentage that I pay every paycheck. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Okay. Anyway, and she goes, well, taxes go up, so your pay's going to drop down some. I said, oh, no, ma'am. We're going to get paid straight across like we always have been. This is, but because they're on a contract, when taxes rise and stuff, it does not fluctuate our pay. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, they owed each one of us over $4,000.
Wow.
So my boss's boss calls me. They wrote the check. They sent the checks out. And they did not tax the checks because they couldn't. He said, Chad, what floor mat did you use to figure this up? I said, what? He goes, yeah, what'd you use? I said, it's called basic math, bro. It never fails. Yeah. That lady ended up getting fired because it come turn around and find out it was going in her pocket.
Good thing she got fired. But they know. That's a thing. They know. They get all this. They know that this is going on, and they're choosing to turn the other cheek. They're choosing to turn a blind eye. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They know this is going on. You can't tell. I don't believe any other way that they don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
They have to
know what's going.
appropriate. They have to appropriate the funds.
Yeah, who holds the purse?
Mhm.
Congress. There you go. I mean, just like Robert Kennedy just said, we should be paying them $38 million blunt per year, but it went up to $400 and something million. Somalia, Joe Biden. Listen, it's not going to be Joe Biden. Joe Biden's been dead and gone. Who was playing that joker, but Barack Hussein Obama for the Democrats for their reelection stuff, to where they can money launder. I'm gonna get it out sooner or later, but anyway, it's through daggum the Somalians. It's through freaking daggum Minnesota. Because see, folks, this stuff was going on before Tim Walz actually got in as governor.
You have to go further back.
Yeah,
they have
even
fall guys.
Well, the previous governor of Minnesota said, "Hey, y'all need to be checking into the money stuff." Yeah. Yeah.
Who controls? I mean, I know Congress controls the purse. Okay, and appropriates the funds. Once those funds are deposited, who in the state? I should know this. Is
it's
actually
the
the one.
It's the accountants.
Right. Right.
But they're bought and paid for. They don't care. Once it leaves the government's hands, okay, they don't care. But then all of a sudden, this shit starts happening. You know? Oh, there's
and so they pick. They pick and choose, and they get people to become the fall guys. That's what I call them, truthfully.
Oh,
and they need to sing like a canary, bitches. Sing like you ain't never sung before.
We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into some of that fall guy stuff here momentarily. But anyway, let's go to New York City. Can we get to New York City here? Have you seen that flooding in New York City?
No.
Oh, the good Lord! I ain't gonna play no video. Y'all can go look it up yourself. But New York City's been underwater. Maybe AOC was right. Maybe she was.
Really?
It's gonna flood.
Is that why she's trying to pull up on the South?
I wasn't gonna play that video, but being as you brought up, I'll play that video here in this little while because it's funny as shit.
It is. I told her to pull up.
But anyway, all right. So, man, Donnie, we was talking about the other night the grocery stores and stuff like that, and because he just opened up his second grocery store. Yeah, well, get ready because this is what's happening to your real grocery stores.
Compete with a nationalized grocery store because they don't have to pay property taxes or utilities, and they have access to his hard-earned tax dollars.
No way. There's no way we can be open. If I lose 30%, I'm in trouble. I won't be able to pay the rent. I won't be able to pay the workers, and I don't want to lose the whole thing. Whatever it's cost me 45 years working all my life to lose it because, I'm going to be fighting against someone who is spending our own money.
And the mayor is asking for a lot of money. He is proposing $70 million for 5 grocery stores. The one here in Harlem, La Marqueta, has a price tag of $30 million. Luna and a group of minority-owned grocery store owners have been trying to meet with the mayor, but they've had no luck.
He's not going to meet with him. If you do some research on the companies that he has invested with, okay, they are corrupt as hell. Corrupt as hell. And it's been proven they're corrupt. They just hadn't been able to arrest them. They have had many lawsuits against them. Many lawsuits. They're not going to. And now they're looking for someone to go and be in charge of this, to be like the backer of it or in charge of a certain name of a line. But there's shell companies involved in this. I'm telling you, they say they have a special oversight committee to watch all this. I deep dived in this one. They're corrupt.
Listen, these oversight committees are just bullshit. All that is just another way of saying, hey, we're going to talk about it, but no one's going to get prosecuted because we're doing the same thing that they're doing.
Cover up.
That's it.
Yep.
But anyway, all right, you just talk about
and they think, okay, the taxpayers, They think they're getting free stuff. Where do you think that money's coming from? The taxpayers. Duh.
Can you do that again?
Duh.
Anyway,
It's true. Some of these people are so stupid.
Well, it is true, and I'll have to say that one. Duh.
Oh God, you'll clip it and put it somewhere.
I will definitely clip it. No doubt. But all right, let's get back to, man, some people did something. Somalia.
Of the 87 people charged, all but 8 are of Somali descent. And that has added to the spotlight being put specifically on your community. Why do you think this fraud was allowed to get so widespread?
Well, I want to say, this also has an impact on Somalis because we are also taxpayers in Minnesota. We also could have benefited from the program and the money that was stolen. And so it's been really frustrating for people to not acknowledge the fact that we're also as Minnesotans, as taxpayers, really upset and angry about the fraud that has occurred.
This is taxpayers.
She's got to be an evil woman to be able to sit there with a straight fucking face and sit there and say that hogwash. I mean, and if you believe it, if you believe what she's saying, you stupid. Something wrong with you. I ain't holding back at this point. I don't like that woman. She just gives me fucking creeps. And you ever seen, with your fingers on a chalkboard? I swear, when I see her, I hear that is what it is like. And I'm at a point of where, you know what? And they get away with it. And she gets up there and she gaslights the hell out of me. She knows it too. She gaslights everybody. She gaslights the American people. And if you don't get pissed off, there's something wrong with you. Shit. Damn.
It's just how you say it. I mean, come on, man.
I know. I'm so damn country. I can't say some words, and then I'll get in there, and then that twang, that drawl comes around the back. That's why I told AOC, pull up, pull up, pull up. I'll give you some of this Southern hospitality.
Pull up, oh, man. But yeah.
They ignorant.
Did y'all hear what she's saying? The money that was stolen.
That's my point. I mean, she's telling you. She is freaking telling you. Yeah, I know I'm freezing people.
Yeah.
She is telling you. I know, Miss Richie.
Yeah.
That's a woman. I know I'm not a violent person, but I would love to bitch slap her.
I believe you could take her, Gail.
I know I could. I know I could. I would introduce her to some new words.
Some new words? Just daggum thump her noggin.
Some new words. Oh, she'd feel it. I promise that. I'd probably invent a few words.
But let me say, hang on. So when you were thumping that noggin, would you be saying, some people did something? Bam, bam.
And so I'd say, it would be hilarious. It would be hilarious. All she'd be saying, I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue you.
But
that's what she would do.
Bam, bam. It'd be funny. I would pay to see that. I would. I really
go
would.
Sleep with your brother.
Well, she had a baby with her brother too.
What?
What? Yeah, they got a little baby. Well, it's not little anymore, but yeah, got a little baby.
I didn't know that.
Well, you just now found out, by God. Do your research on that, sweet cakes. But anyway, we're talking about Big Daddy Trump heading back to Washington, D.C., to take care of some business,
Yeah.
Because, Stephen Miller has something to say about Iran as well. Hit it, brother. I love Stephen Miller. That guy, he badass. I mean, he badass.
He's made it very clear. It's what they call a binary choice to the remainders, those who are left, those who have taken the place of the regime that was decapitated and the regime that was replaced. This new team in Iran has a choice to make. They can either agree to a piece of paper that is satisfactory to the United States, or they can face a punishment from our military, the likes of which has not been seen in modern history. That's the choice that they face. And it's very important to remember, as we sit here tonight, that Iran has already paid, its regime has already paid the steepest of prices in the form of a crushing and complete military defeat for its pursuit of a nuclear weapon. In other words, President Trump has enforced the non-proliferation principle of the United States with raw American might, sending a message not only to the Iranian regime, sending a message not only to the IRGC, but to the whole world, anyone who would think of doing the same. We have killed and eliminated the evil, wicked, corrupt leadership of that country. The Air Force has been annihilated. The Navy has been annihilated. Its missile program has been annihilated. Its defense industrial base has been annihilated. So this is a country that has been weakened, emasculated, and has been completely deprived of its ability to wage global international war. It is the smallest power it has ever been. And now with this embargo, President Trump has demonstrated at any point in time, if Iran tries to interfere with global commerce, America can shut Iran down. So we have all the cards, we have all the power, we have all the decision-making space, so it's up to Iran. But at any point in time, at any point in the future, if Iran decides to do something foolish to threaten America or the world, our military is at the ready to deal with that, Jesse.
He's a badass the way he speaks. He is. But you're dealing with a regime that is radical as hell, that does not care about life. They would rather kill themselves for their cause. So when you have that mindset and that way of thinking, it's pure insanity. You have our president, we're patient, we're loving, we're kind, we put American people first. You've got the difference. You've got a regime that doesn't care about human life, not even their own people. They marry children, they kill children, they kill their own, they beat their women, they control everything, they're evil. So what you have here is you're going to have to, in some sense, get as fucking evil as they are to get rid of it, eradicate the whole entire regime, get rid of the whole freaking regime. In order to have change, that has to start somewhere. We've been fighting these bitches for 47 years. It's time that we put a stop to it.
Okay, with that saying, has Donald Trump started? Has Donald Trump started any new wars?
No. This is a war that has been going on, you dumbasses. He just had the cojones to pick up the stick, pick up the slack that nobody else would do, and start taking care of it. It's like key word. He has started. Okay? He has started the progress of it, is what he's done. Now, he's wanting peace. He's wanting agreement. He's wanting something to happen to where you can work together and not be a war. But you can't do that with people this radical. You can't do that with these people that will put a bomb on their kid because they're pussies and go blow people up. You're not playing with a normal mind, a normal mindset at all. You're not playing with people who love, or even, I don't even know if they have the capability of showing love. It's all about power. It's evil. It's about control. And your mindset has to change a way of thinking when you're fighting evil. When we're in a spiritual warfare, do we just go in there without God as with our armor of God on? No, not at all. Not at all.
Just light them up. Light their asses up.
Light them up. Be done with it. You have to eradicate that regime. I don't care who the fuck comes after me. Let's go. That's what you got to do at this point. How long has this been going on? You say, well, Trump did this and Trump did that. No, Trump just had the balls to take care of business and to accelerate it to a point of we're going to make a deal or we're going to take care of business. You can say I'm radical, whatever. I don't care. I'm sick and tired of our generations paying for this shit. I'm tired of paying for it. They will at some point have a 9/11, another 9/11 on a scope and a scale that you will never imagine if business doesn't get taken care of. They are that radical. They're that crazy. They're that fucking dangerous. So, the people who are protesting it and everything, go on over there. Go on over there. People, LGBTQ plus community, y'all went over there. What'd they do to you? Okay. They kicked you, dragged your asses out of there. Said we didn't want this trash here. Hung them up on upside down, killed them on buildings, their own people. Hung them from helicopters, dragging them around because of your sexual preference. But go take care of them. Go take care of them.
Hey, I'm not changing the subject, but it's not really changing the subject because Dan Scavino just posted just a little bit ago, like 38 minutes ago. Stealth 52, stealth bomber heading that way, and it says Matt Van says over here on Twitter says, "Is shit about to go down this weekend, Dan? ? Something is up. I won't miss my kid's wedding for almost anything in the world. This has got to be huge."
It is huge. You got uranium. You got crazy fuckers. Take them out.
All right. So, oh, dude, you listen.
What?
They just fucked around there and gonna find out because
yeah.
The comments now are saying they went after his daughter Ivanka. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, lock them mothers up, man. Oh, dude.
I can hear the panicking now. I can hear the liberals now. I can hear all of it now.
Yeah, dude, this is. Hang on.
This is huge, guys. This is huge. I'm telling you. Think about it. It's Memorial Day weekend.
Yep. Okay. So right now, supposedly they got F-15s air support with the B-52. They're already over Iran.
Oh, there's things that's already happened that when it finally gets to us, other things are going to be happening on top of it. And we're not even going to know the immense amount of what's really going on. We're going to get a little taste, just a little taste of it. We'll never know exactly what's taking place.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it right there because I like old Dan. You know that.
Oh, yeah. But it's about time. It's about time. And how long? Okay, you guys can't sit back and say, oh, he just did this. He should have waited. He should have waited. It wasn't Trump that's waited. He has been patient, kind, and caring. Okay.
Yes. And he's gave them all kind of, okay. So let me kind of tie something in. If y'all don't realize, President Trump loves his kids very, very much. And especially Ivanka. Okay. Absolutely. And the only time I've ever seen him apologize was to Ivanka there in the White House. This is his first term, okay? He apologized to his kids. He apologized to Melania, the first lady. He did. He apologized to him. And, yeah. So, go get him, Daddy T. Light them jokers up, big boy. Light them up.
Yep.
All right, so let's move forward to, we got to get into, Kamala Harris situation. Yeah, I wonder why she did not win. I wonder why. Because it's Joe Biden. If you ain't black, you ain't voting for me.
Well, she's Indian. She's black. What other nationality is she?
She's Caucasian. Her mom and dad was Caucasian. So yeah,
that's what I'm saying. That's what she really is. But she just plays
she's not black, folks. Kamala is not black. Okay. Go look at the birth certificate. It says Caucasian. Her mom and daddy
She's
says
not.
Caucasian. Blah blah blah. Anyway, let's go. Here we go.
Well, Democrats releasing the so-called autopsy of the 2024 campaign. The DNC says it does not endorse the report. It is releasing it under pressure after months of delays. The report accusing the Biden White House of not supporting Vice President Harris long before she took over as the nominee. Quoting here, the White House did not position or prepare the vice president. Had the White House explored and evaluated ways to leverage Kamala Harris earlier in the administration, perhaps it would have improved the president's standing, and it certainly could have helped prepare her to lead the ticket.
It was not going to help her lead the ticket. And no.
Nothing would have helped her lead the ticket. Actually, you should have allowed the American people, regardless, the right to choose, the right to vote in who they wanted, not just throw it out there and say, this is the person. That's what you should have done.
Oh, dadgum, you Gail, you're a racist for speaking like that.
Well, okay, I'm racist then if I speak like that. It's facts, it's
Well,
truth. But it's not
but
racist, it's called truth, you dumbasses. I'm hot tonight, y'all. I'm just ooh. This world
Miller
is just
time.
pissed
It's
me
Miller
off.
time. Miss Ritchie says it's Miller time. Okay.
It is. I have my moments, not always, but I have my moments when I let it sit there and hold it all in, and I just get sick and tired of the same old stupid rhetoric bullshit at day after freaking day.
Day after day after day. It sounds like Groundhog Day, don't it? It's like we're
Yeah.
watching a movie.
Nightmare that you never wake up from.
True. That is true. But you know, we was talking about fraud. We still got some more fraud going with.
Oh,
So
God.
the FBI, anyway, we'll let them tell it.
Our future fraud news. A Minnesota judge has just sentenced the mastermind behind the Feeding Our Future fraud scheme, Amy Bach. She just got more than 41 years in prison. The prosecution is asking for a 50-year sentence and her defense about 3 years. So that's somewhere in the middle that they got that, but closer to what obviously the prosecution wanted. The scheme involved theft of nearly $250 million in COVID funding. That money was meant to feed hungry children. State leaders claim they were unaware of the fraud. Here's what Amy Bach told our Alexis McAdams from jail back in January.
I honestly believe Keith Ellison and Governor Walz need to be held accountable.
Yeah, they need to be held accountable. But you're doing the time for them.
Exactly.
And I'm just going to go out here on the limb right quick. I'm going to say that's a dude. I'm just saying that's a dude.
How the hell did they get this person to take the fall? Are they using her as an example to say, hey, we've got to make this huge count? You think we want you just to grab one white girl?
That wasn't a white girl. That's a white man. What?
Okay, white it. I don't know. Male, female, I don't know which one. I just know that she just got a handsome amount of time. The other guy did, but didn't they help him get away, go back to his country or something?
Mm-hmm. So did.
Yeah. But she's white. Y'all like to play the race card, the color card when it comes to it. Okay, so let's call a spade a spade. She's white, so you're going to try to make a something out of her. That's exactly what you're trying to do.
Yeah, she's a honky. She's a cracker.
Yeah,
but you
and I can say that.
Yeah, I can say you look like a cracker too.
Y'all, we are full of spitfire tonight. It's just ridiculous. It is. It's just so fucking
Miss Ritchie said that she's the low hanging fruit. Put that.
Oh my God. If you guys think that woman was a mastermind of all of this, you guys are cray cray. I'm going to tell you right now. They getting away scot-free, got their daggone pockets full money. Somalia people back in their home country, they're living other places. Shit.
Hey, you can't fix stupid if you believe.
You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit. Only in America. Only in fucking America.
But if you go over to Pakistan or you go to Slalium, you can make up anything you want to. Some people did something.
I still like to bake slapper. Oh, God.
Miguel, you know we're not doing the violence thing, you know.
My thoughts are my own. My thoughts are my own. I'm a free thinker. I'm not controlled.
You know, it's funny, but you know they did have there in California. Governor Newsom tried to blame price gouging of gas. Okay, then he got debunked. But anyway, today there was there, and well, imagine this. Who's running for mayor of L.A.?
Spencer Pratt.
Oh, who's the mayor of L.A.?
Bass.
Oh, Karen. You know Karen. You got to say Karen because she's
all right.
a Karen.
She is a Karen. Of course, she'd be a Karen.
Anyway, accidentally there in East L.A., accidentally drilled into a 16-inch oil pipe, spilling 12,000 gallons of crude oil. Boy, I bet that was a mess. Kind of slippery situation, wasn't it?
They're not going to clean it up, I promise you.
They're going to blame President Trump. It's because of high gas prices. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and play this here. Just hang on. Because we're talking about Omar, okay?
Oh, God. You just like getting me fired up with that woman.
Well, you said pull up on me, Omar. Well,
yeah,
Lord.
come up, pull up her and AOC both. I'll take them both on.
Oh, boy, I tell you, that would be fun to watch. Just saying. You'd have them in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Man, we're gonna give this in full screen. How about that one?
Use my kung fu.
You go to you got you. Well, here she is. This is spot on. Go ahead, Sweet Cakes.
It has come to my attention that AOC has made yet another boneheaded statement by telling people in New York they need to pull up on the South, particularly pull up on Alabama. Oh, sweet baby, you sweet-faced loon. That is not a good idea, and I'm going to tell you why. Listen, we know that they tell you anything because their voter base does not read or research none of that shit. So they could tell y'all anything and y'all will believe it. But I want to issue a stern warning to you. Do not take her advice and pull up on Alabama. I stated in one of my previous videos, we have these things called YNs and we have these things called rednecks, and they will not hesitate to unite and get you the fuck up out of here. Now, YNs do this thing for fun that they call Swiss cheese in your ass. And I'm going to give you a clue on what that means. That means they turn you into Swiss cheese, a colander, a sifter. They let air out your ass. They do it for fun. Don't ask me. It's something they do. As far as the redneck, they can hit a bird going 30 miles per hour because they were hungry and wanted something to eat. They could do it in their sleep. It's what they do. It's their way of having fun. And they will get together and get you the fuck up out of here. Now, as far as the other dangers of the South, honey, we don't want you to come down here and fall in a wild hog pen. They will never hear from you again. We also don't want you to have to navigate those bayous and those swamps because those gators get to rolling with your ass and your parents will be crying forever. Honey, it's just not a good idea. Now, also on top of that, we got the aunties down here and we're going to encourage all the foolishness to go on because we weren't bothering nobody. All right. Also, before I go, I want to let you know down here in the South, we don't call cops, we call coroners. All right. I just want to remind you of that. Now, stay your ass up there. Leave us alone. We ain't bothering nobody. And don't come down here talking about you want some kind of smoke because we're going to give you all the smoke and you're going to be looking up wondering what happened. And when I say looking up, I don't mean off the ground, baby. No, I mean in hell. In hell, thou shalt lift up thine eyes. So, Just go on, stay up there, leave us alone. We ain't bothering nobody. We don't want no trouble. And don't listen to AOC ever again. You have a good day now here.
Well, I like her. Oh man, I like her.
Hey, and she's legit. You ought to go to the comments in this joker, man. I mean, black people after black people, even white people, brown people, they all up in there. You don't want none of this. I mean, dude, this is hilarious. It is so
Well,
stupid.
AOC, she even said silo at the end of her speech. Silo.
Dude, I tell you, folks, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. Well, Alabama, yeah, you don't want to mess with Alabama. You
We
don't
have
wanna
fun
mess-
in Tennessee, cow tipping. What do you think we're gonna do to your ass? We enjoy cow tipping, people.
We call corners. That's exactly right. If y'all seen the videos, did you call 911? Or no, did you call 811? Well, no, let's call 911. We called the corner.
They ain't coming. It's gonna take an hour to get out here, maybe two.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it would take 38 to 40 minutes for one to get here, okay? Unless they were close by. Yeah, no.
It would already be all wrapped up by the time me and Bay came up.
Yeah, and
It'd be like, what was going on? I don't know. Ain't no evidence. It's all good.
And they went off yonder in the woods. Then they got helicopters. No,
False
you don't
call,
wanna come-
false alarm.
Yeah, you don't want to come down here and causing no daggum trouble now, okay? And that's the
They
thing
know
about it.
that. They know that.
Well, yeah, I don't know. You got some of you daggum Yankee ass fuckers that want to come down here trying to, well, we're going to show you how it's done where we're from. And bam. Okay.
I bet they don't ever come back once they leave. If
some
they
of them
leave.
don't. Some of them don't never leave.
Now there is places I can tell you here in Tennessee. I've heard stories growing up, and I probably lived about 30 minutes from. I'm not going to say where it was at. Well, some people would know. There's a saying: if you go to Grundy County and
Don't
you mess
let
with the
the sun
wrong
hit you
people,
back.
you're not coming back.
Yeah.
There's people disappeared before, seriously, without a trace.
Well, over when my mom and daddy used to live out, now I never did see it. My mom and daddy never did see it. It was just the rule. They said that there used to be a sign, and folks, we're not KKK, anything like that. Nothing like that. But a lot of those folks were, okay. People would come and fish, and they would say, "Don't let the sun hit you in the back." It didn't matter
Yeah.
what color you were.
Yeah.
If you weren't from around here, if you just want to come over here and fish, pay to fish, whatever, okay. Don't let the sun hit you in the back because they didn't want you back. You come back the next day, okay. All right, so we're going to go back into the fraud because Nick Shirley has something to say. I think it's Nick. I hope this is it.
For Ilhan to say she doesn't know about this fraud is like the biggest lie we've heard in American history. She knew about the fraud. And today they actually just criminally charged one of the ladies for the Feeding Our whose daycare was used for the Feeding Our Future fraud. And I exposed her daycare in my video that went viral, and that person's now been charged. And this is all around where her congressional district. And so for her to say that she didn't know about this fraud is such a lie. And she's obviously trying to cover her face. I mean, look at her net worth. It just went down by $29 million.
But again, assumed
that's
it's a
actually
lie.
important.
I mean,
But
the thing is, you have to tie it to her. Someone's got to follow up on it.
But we also have whistleblowers that said that they were targeted as a result of telling the government this is happening. And just for average day Americans out there, they're going to find it hard to believe that no one in Minnesota in government knew about, but the kid knew with his video camera and went to all of these locations documenting the fraud. The attorney general didn't know. Are you kidding me? We have recordings of him. The governor didn't know. The person that runs that district where the community that is concentrated there that were defrauding the government, she didn't know about it as well. Come on.
Remember, they were a voting bloc. Those Somalis were a voting bloc.
That's what they were afraid of.
Yeah, and they definitely got caught. Now it's time for them bitches to pay.
Yeah.
Listen, the thing about it is, one thing, innocent until proven guilty by the court of your peers, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they're guilty as shit. They're guilty. The fraud's there, and people was like, "Well, you know, Nick didn't. He didn't expose all this." Yeah, he did. Well, no, the FBI, even though I Cash Patel and all them. Well, it was on the books. Well, guess what? Nick Shirley and his mother sped it up. It's 24/7 now. Okay, hello, Houston.
You had too many people covering
DOJ.
it up for years. They were covering up continuously for years. And now, you know, these people can't get bought. They want the truth out there, and it's out there. So now, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the question.
But it
So
should be a question. It should be like, hey, the indictments are here, Omar. Guess what? You're being indicted, but also you're not living here anymore. You're going to be deported and you're never coming back.
And how many daycare centers were there? And they've got one woman that ran a daycare center.
Well, and it's funny that you say that. They've changed the mainstream mocking media, or how you want to say it, has went from delirium center to daycares. Saying daycare.
Oh, they have to make it more personable. They have to make it more humbleness, more appealing to a person as a human being instead of leering.
Delirium. Yeah, delirium centers.
It wasn't a daycare. No children were there. And I thought it was interesting. A few days after the story broke, people were dropping their kids off when people, you know, and then you want the cameras to like, oh, the cameras aren't working. How convenient. How convenient.
Oh, yeah, of course. The cameras they always get shut down, right? Yeah.
Didn't somebody break in their own? It was because if you looked at the plastering, they broke in from the inside to make it look like they broke in, but they were already in.
Yeah, I don't know if you was here at night. I played that video. I don't know if you was here right now, but anyway, yeah, I played that video. Yeah, anyway, so they broke into their own place. Well, was it really their place to begin with?
No.
I don't believe so. Okay.
No. It was a
So
shell.
it was a shell place. Okay. Anyway, so hey folks, if y'all see somebody jumping off a four-story balcony,
grab his ass.
Grab his ass, because he's on the loose there in Minnesota, bless God. I mean, we still got more fraud coming up. Just saying, there's nothing going on, folks.
The Department of Justice and U.S. government promising they are coming after the people who defrauded state-run programs in Minnesota backed by federal tax dollars for billions of dollars. This as prosecutors announced indictments of 15 new individuals for fraud. In fact, Christopher Raya, deputy director of the FBI, released video of this new suspect, Mohammed Omar, who he says jumped out of a fourth-story window to escape law enforcement and is currently on the run. Raya made the point that these are not victimless crimes. They target the most vulnerable demographic. The examples given by prosecutors were autism programs and housing assistance programs that were scammed so badly they shut down. Now the people who need housing assistance and treatment for autistic kids can't get it.
Our cases today involve 7 different state-managed Medicaid programs that have been systematically pilfered by fraudsters who treated Minnesota-run programs as their personal piggy bank.
Did I forget to mention the man is running with a limp? No, it's not because it's not because he's hung down low. It's because he's got a limp because he jumped from the 4-story balcony. You know.
Okay, I know he's hopping. He's injured. Easy target. Easy target. The 9% of Americans that are there that are not Somalian, y'all got this. Y'all got this.
They ain't gonna do nothing about it because hell, they want to pull up on the ICE agents. You know,
How warped? Yeah, they'd probably feed him, clothe him, dress him, fix him up, and say, "We're gonna get you on the next plane out of here."
yeah, you go back home to Somalia. I don't want to go back to Somalia because some people did something. You know? I want to stay here for the good health care that we have here. You know, I get it for free. I don't have to pay for it. I make millions of dollars.
You know, that reminds me of a Simpson episode.
Oh Lord, what was that?
Him hopping. There's an episode of a bunch of fraud that went on in Minnesota, but he's injured, guys. You can get him. Just get him easy peasy.
Hey, all you gotta
But
do
we
is
don't have
swip-
anybody there.
Yeah, just swip at, just go after that one good leg, okay? And if he's running so fast for that one good leg, just just raise your leg up a little bit higher and get that back leg that is hobbling on. He's gonna roll. You can tell he's not in shape, okay? You can tell he's not in shape. He probably going to run about 200 yards and go, but he probably ran to his sister's house and probably whatever. Me, just catch my drift there, but yeah.
Somebody's protecting him. Somebody. I wouldn't be surprised, allegedly, if it was Lil Armar, Tim Walls, the rest of them. I honestly believe. I believe that's why these people got shot a year ago, was it almost? Because they knew about this fraud. They knew about it, and it was fixing to squeal.
Yep. But regardless, let's go back to the with all the fraud that's going on. There's Somalia because some people did something because you're dumbasses, and you got Kamala Harris thinking she's gonna run for office. That woman, she won't even be on the stage. Okay.
Yes, Kamala, please run for president. Do it.
Please do it. Because they will eat you up. I will eat you up with memes about her. I mean, you think I was ugly before. Ooh, it'd be ugly.
That was trial run, Kamala. This is the real thing now. Be ready.
And, the autopsy that came out, because, you can go back and watch. Well, that's what it's called, the autopsy, because it was dead on arrival. It was DOA. And dead on arrival. It was. And
I thought it was so funny when they said autopsy. That was superb.
Well, that's about the only autopsy report that we actually have gotten off of anybody who was, far as transgender, that has assassinated kids and stuff like that,
Yep.
murdered kids, murdered people, whatever the case may be. But there's no autopsy on them. Hey, where's the autopsy on the guy who's supposedly shot President Trump at Butler? Oh, guess what? They cremated his ass. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this guy finally figured it out, because this is, I can't say his last name, but his name is Jared. He's a Democratic guy. And what you got to say, Jared?
Back to the last election, it wasn't close. Okay. But the fact that we can't even tell people why, we're too afraid to tell them the truth. They know the truth. They saw the debate. They saw what happened, right? And they saw that we got killed in the election. We lost every swing state. So they can write whatever document they want, but Democrats know why we lost.
You think? When did you come to this conclusion, dear?
Hang on, we got to play that one again. I mean, this is too funny. Okay. Here you go, Jared. Let's do it again, because the autopsy report has already came out, and now you're able to talk about it and explain to the people what happened and why it happened. And okay,
back to the last election, it wasn't close. Okay, but the fact that we can't even tell people why, we're too afraid to tell them the truth. They know the truth. They saw the debate. They saw what happened, right? And they saw that we got killed in the election. We lost every swing state. So they can write whatever document they want, but Democrats know why we lost.
We can talk about it. We can tell about it. We can finally talk about it. And everybody knows the damn truth, Jared. You are correct, sir. You 100%, you are correct. You know,
Yep.
Yeah, but you know, when people start talking about the truth, you get banned on platforms.
Oh, yeah. I've got a big time warning on 2 of my biggest accounts. They say I'm going to lose them. So I already got 6 ready to go.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad you do. We'll talk backstage, but because you know it's gonna get heated up here later. But anyway, all right. So Miss Gail, you got anything else to say?
I just can't believe it. I just can't believe it. He was mad. Oh man, I bet that killed him to hold that in. I bet that freaking killed many of them.
You know, at first I thought he was going to drop the GD word. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
everybody knows.
Yeah, he looked mad. He looked mad. He did. I'd like to actually see a Democrat mad at their own party for the things that they do, actually. Their own party. I would love to see that. But they're too concerned with Trump, conservative.
Well, those are not Democrats. Those are actually, well, that guy's actually a Democrat. But I would love to see a liberal who is not a Democrat literally get so pissed off at the liberals. Okay,
good point. Mm-hmm.
That's what I would love to see. Dude,
That's
that would go viral.
It would.
It would.
It's still hilarious.
It is funny. I just deleted that. I'll have to put it back in there because I may add that to the opening. I mean, I think I will.
I wish you could make a meme with another part of a video that would incorporate that.
We'll talk backstage.
Okay.
All right, so
Okay.
Miss Gail, take us on out here, sweet cakes.
Everyone, thank you for being here. It's been a really good show. Good night. You got to laugh, got to have fun, tell the truth. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Be safe. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hear some huge news this weekend. Really. Pray for your country, pray for your president.
Yeah, definitely pray for your president. And also have a great Memorial Day because we will not be here on Monday because I'm a big, firm believer on Memorial Day. Nope. We're gonna spend time with the family and stuff like that. But Gail, we'll be back Tuesday.
Tuesday's fine with me.
Okay. And anyway, with that saying, folks, I'm gonna end this podcast with a little bit of Kyle Busch. Well, it's more than a little bit, but it's gonna be Kyle Busch. Some of his great, not so great moments in racing. And Kyle Busch, brother, you rest in peace. And Samantha, praying for you and your family. And God bless you. Hey, we're always here, sweetie. You know, I know you don't listen to the podcast or anything like that, but God bless you, sweetie. Sorry for your loss.
Surprised that Austin could stretch it on fuel, and then, I mean, what does it mean, do you think, for Austin to get his first win?
I'm not surprised about anything. Congratulations.
And we're on fucking sleazy ass motherfucking tires. God damn it, you fuck! Embarrassing. Fucking embarrassing. That's all we've been this year is a big fucking embarrassment. God damn it, can't we get our shit together? For fuck's sakes.
For these guys, it was actually a broken A-arm that had them in the evening from there.
Who gives a when you're running back with the never was? You should never be in that position. Why don't you go tell the 48? I wouldn't be his fucking back bumper off if they would have fucking let me go about 40 fucking laps ago, asshole. Stop flipping me off and just fucking drive your shit, you little bitch. Yeah, flip me off again, motherfucker. I'll dump your shit. Got a wrecked bucket of fuck.
We're at the top echelon of motorsports, and we got guys that have never won late model races running out here on the racetrack. It's pathetic. They don't know where to go.
I don't think it's the upper control arm. I think the fender's hitting the tire and pulling the wheel out of your hand. You're right. I'm wrong. I don't know about race cars. Get yourself a fucking helmet on, come over the wall, and look at the fucking right front. It's fucked, dude. It doesn't fucking matter. Somebody better keep me away from Denny Hamlin after this fucking race. I swear to God, I'm gonna kill that fucker. All his fucking fault. I had this race won. It was won.
Al, what was your thought about Keselowski's little pre-race declaration?
Who?
Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Fuck you guys. But we'll get another commentator. Let's be optimistic. I ain't optimistic about shit. I'm fucking realistic. Good job, shit. There ain't no fucking good job about this shit. Keep on going. Keep on going. I don't know why I don't ever do it. I want to do. Damn it. You do that, it's gonna happen. It's stupid. Looks like a bunch of. I just don't understand how people can be so stupid. If you push me to...
Thank you for watching the Gen X Unfiltered podcast. We will see you next time.
Share some of the biggest lessons I've learned from a lifetime spent building dreams. First, if you think that you're too young to do something great, let me tell you that you are wrong. You're not too young. In America, with drive and ambition, young people can do anything. Second of all, and very importantly, you have to love what you do. I rarely see somebody that's successful that doesn't love what he or she does. Third thing is to think big. You know, you're going to do something, you might as well think big, because it's just as hard to solve a small problem as a big problem, and it's just as much energy and everything else, except the result is going to be a smaller one. So love what you do, but think big. Fourth is work hard. Work hard. Fifth is don't lose your momentum. You just want to keep it going, and you have to know if you are losing it, you have to know when you're losing it, so maybe you stop and maybe it's time to stop. Number 6, if you want to change the world, you have to have the courage to be an outsider. In other words, you have to take certain risks and do things a little bit differently. Otherwise, if that weren't the case, everybody would be successful. Number 7 is to trust your instincts, common sense. You can go very far in life with common sense. 8th, everybody should believe in the American dream. It's real, it's there, and it's right before you. 9th, think of yourself as a winner. The power of positive thinking. In recent years, too many of our young people have really been taught to think of themselves as victims. But in America, we reject that idea that anyone is born a victim. Our heroes are the ones who take charge of their own destiny despite the odds. And next is to be an original. The old-time greats were people who had the confidence to be a little different. God only created one of you, so don't try to be someone else. Finally, and most importantly, never, ever give up. I've learned that perseverance is everything, so whatever happens, no matter where you are in life, stay optimistic and just keep pushing forward. Never let anyone tell you that something is impossible. Ever, ever, ever. In America, the impossible is what we all do best.